All right, I am super excited. It's a brand new week, which means brand new goals, brand new ambitions, brand new dreams, brand new money.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This is our Millionaire Monday, So I'm excited to be on tonight with two amazing leaders. Ladies first, we have the dynamic Miss Crystal Armstrong out of Dallas, Texas. She has been named the Travelnista. Because she is an AKA, she is an educator. But if you check her out on Facebook, she is very stylish and she's always traveling, packing a bag somewhere. In fact, you're going to Vegas this week, right?
Yes, I'm packing right now.
I knew it. She's always going somewhere. Miss Crystal Armstrong, thank you so much, guys. She's a director in training. She has a team well over 80. So she is fastly approaching one-star director inside of our organization. And I am just excited to be in partnership with you, Miss Armstrong. And we also have Mr. Jay Stuart. This gentleman is GQ of the fashion world, okay? You got it. Mr. Stewart is a one-star director in our company, 1.5-star director, actually, which means he is fastly approaching 2-star. This gentleman is not just a director, but a director maker, okay, which is very awesome. Very, very successful in our company, top 50 income earners, inside of the top 50 income earners. He's a founding director. Y'all will understand what that means, but I'll just go ahead and tell you that whenever you hear that announcement of a founding director, that means that he became the evidence. And it was an exciting journey. Mr. Stewart 2020 Club. I mean, just all these accolades. So I'm excited. And y'all, we're going to get this thing kicked off, aren't we? Yes, indeed. So, Miss Armstrong, I'm just going to send it on your way. You knew it was coming, right? You had this tropical look, too. Like, she's supposed to be in Cancun right now. So, this is perfect.
Yes, my tan is still coming through from Jamaica, and it's about to get a little brighter in Vegas. It's like a 115 every day. So, y'all pray I don't melt, because I have never been in a temperature that hot. I usually try to stay out of the desert in the summertime, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably stay in the hotel the whole time.
Absolutely. You'll be just fine. So, Ms. Armstrong, please talk to us about the travel industry. I know tonight we're going to share two amazing opportunities of how you can own your very own travel agency and how you can help other people and build leverage and residual income. So let's talk about the travel industry. If someone was looking at starting a home-based business, why should they choose the travel industry?
Well, travel is the #1 research word online between the hours of 9 and 5 when people should be working. They are envisioning themselves anywhere but work, whether it's on a beach in the Caribbean or Mexico, or on the other side of the world in Thailand or Bali, whether it's skiing in the mountains, or whether it's in the casinos of Vegas winning some big money. Whatever it is, people are thinking about where they can go to escape their day-to-day reality. And so since people are already traveling, since people want to travel if they're not already traveling, it just makes sense, because I think it's something that people are going to find a way to do. You'll notice that even when airfare is too expensive, people will opt to drive just to get where they want to go. So they're determined to make the vacation happen by any means necessary. And we need to be there to offer their options of hotel, resort, cruise line, whatever it is, the rental car, if you don't want to put the miles on your car to drive to the destination. And so it just absolutely makes sense. And then the commissions that we receive for doing what we were going to do anyway, which is helping people get to their destinations. We have a lot of people in our business who say they were already helping their families. I know you've shared that. I've shared that. I'm sure Mr. Stewart had people contacting them saying, hey, how do you get these great airfare deals? How do you always get the best prices on rental cars? Can you help me? And we were helping them But all we would get in return was a thank you. You know, I appreciate you helping me. But now we can get paid to do what we were doing anyway, to help people go where they are going anyway. And so since this is happening with or without us, we definitely want it to happen with us.
I love the way you broke that down, Miss Armstrong. You know, it's happening with or without us, so we might as well get paid. You're right. And there's two ways, guys, that you can actually own your own travel agency. You can spend thousands of dollars going to school, getting all the certifications that you need, accreditations, insurance, your own marketing budgets, right? Your building a website. There's so much that goes into starting from scratch. Or you can do exactly what we decided to do, and that's partner with a host agency, which saves us a whole lot of money and time. I mean, literally, if you get started with the person who invited you here tonight, you can literally start booking travel tonight. Mr. Stewart, we're not just any old host travel agency, right? We need the listeners to know why IntelliTravel and who is IntelliTravel. Take it away.
Absolutely. You know what, Ms. Thornton, I know you guys were privy to that conference call that we heard last night, but in short, we're the baddest in the game, right? If you're not with IntelliTravel, you're really not in travel, guys. IntelliTravel is the most amazing host travel company out there. What I love about our company, Ms. Thornton and Ms. Armstrong, is that we've been around for 25 years. That's huge, right? When folks look at any type of home-based business or working for themselves, they start to wonder whether or not that company's going to be here today or that opportunity is going to be here today and gone tomorrow. So when you see a company that's rock solid like IntelliTravel, been around that long, to me, that was just a no-brainer when I decided to partner. But what I love more than that are the credentials, right, that we have here with IntelliTravel, our ARC, our CLIA. These are travel credentials. But more importantly, guys, this is something that you'll know even if you're not in the travel industry, and that's an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And we've had that for the last 10 years. So, I mean, our company is absolutely amazing. It's rock solid, guys. And I mean, we're going to get into it. I want to jump ahead. I'm so excited. I want to jump ahead into it, but I'm going to throw it back to you. But the company, understand that we're rock solid, guys, based out of Delray Beach, Florida. And we're in an exclusive partnership with Planet Marketing. So we're excited.
Yes, exclusive partnerships. I love that. That means that you cannot get your very own host travel agency with, or your own travel agency with IntelliTravel, but through the person who invited you to check out this information. So this is the deal. Ms. Armstrong told you the travel industry makes sense, right? Partnering with IntelliTravel makes sense. So now let's talk about the money, y'all. Let's talk about the access that we have as an insider versus a consumer. Like, people are going to travel anyway. When people pass away, you have to travel to a funeral. You're traveling to graduations, weddings, baby showers, the births of babies. I mean, there's so many different reasons other than vacation that we travel. In fact, the number one source of travel is thanks to the business world, right? All kinds of professionals from all different industries are traveling. 85% of consumers book their own travel, guys. That means that most of you probably have never used a travel agent. I never used a travel agent before I became one, but that does not mean that it doesn't make sense to make it your business, because you cannot book all the travel that there is to book all by yourself as a consumer. And I'll have Ms. Armstrong help me with that. Talk about the types of travel that people can book when they are a travel agency owner versus a consumer.
Oh, you know, that is my favorite thing. Okay, so guys, I'm excited because my girlfriend who joined me on my birthday trip to Breathless Resort just last week in Jamaica literally sent me an article right before the call that Essence Magazine wrote about the resort as like your perfect next girlfriend's getaway. And you know, in its essence, everybody's going to be looking to book. So I'm excited because we've already experienced it. We've already gotten firsthand everything that this resort has to offer. But guess what? I booked it at my master agent rate. That's right. AM Resorts offers the traditional travel agent rate. But if you take the time to spend learning about each one of their brands, each one of their resorts, it is greatly rewarded, where you save anywhere from an additional $40 to $50 per night on the already great travel industry rates that they offer. So that's huge, because I was there for 7 days and 6 nights. So over those 6 nights, saving about $50 a night adds up. That's $300. And so I was able to take that money and go to the spa, which is something I always love to do on vacation too. But they even gave me 20% off at the spa because I'm a travel agent and a master agent with their resort. Wow. So being able to travel as an insider is huge, because Air Resorts is just one brand that we gain access like that. But there's Starwood, there's Marriott, there's Omni. They give free nights when you complete their certification. So you could have a staycation, you can have a vacation, whatever you want to turn it into. It's up to you, because it's yours. And Omni was so generous. I completed their certification last summer. My certificate doesn't expire until this December. So they gave me a whole year and a half to decide which Omni resort I want to stay at. And all I have to do is book one night, yes, at my travel industry discounted rate, and then I get the next night free. So I can turn it into a weekend trip. So those are just some of my personal experiences that I've had through with the travel industry rates. We had IntelliTrips, which is something our company put together with preferred partners. Miss Thornton Bush and I just went on an amazing trip to Ixtapa, Mexico, where we spent 5 days and 4 nights at the 4-star Club Med Resort, and we only paid $199. Now, that's better than my master agent rate, because we're talking about 5 days and 4 nights for less than what it normally would cost just one night. And we had all inclusive access, the food, the drinks. Nobody said, oh, wait, aren't you a travel agent? You've had too many cocktails. You got cut off. They let us indulge just as much as every other guest. There's no sign. You have to wear a badge. Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm a travel agent. Nobody knows. They treat you just like every other guest, except you paid a fraction of the cost. And that's huge. Oh, and I wrote the trip off on my taxes, so that's another big incentive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just win.
Yeah,
right.
As an insider, when you have people that says, I'm getting married, you can be the one to offer to render your services to help them plan a destination wedding. You also could be the one that says, listen, I love your family. Why don't you allow me to plan your family reunion cruise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to your children's school, volunteer to plan those amazing band trips or the sports team tournaments that they're going to travel to anyway or travel for, right? The churches, partner with your church. Say, listen, I'm now a travel agent. I can help you guys with your mission trip. So there's so many different ways and reasons that you want to book travel, guys, and you're getting paid top dollars. Okay. Our agency is one of the top paying agencies in the industry. We earn 70 to 80% of all commission paid out. Now, somebody asked me today, Mr. Stewart, does that mean that I get 70 to 80% of how much they pay? Damn, American Airlines would be out of business. Marriott would be out of business. Like, that doesn't even make sense, right? She was like, you know what? I didn't think about that. So no, what you're paid is 70 to 80% of the commission paid to IntelliTravel. Now, Mr. Stewart and Ms. Armstrong, all of us were a part of another travel agency prior to partnering with IntelliTravel. And this was my selling point and why I was like, oops, I'm going over there. Is that our previous company was partnered with Priceline. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, partner with Priceline, that's awesome. But guys, what would happen is we would book our travel with the vendor, let's say Disney. Disney would pay Priceline. Priceline would take their little piece, right? Or big piece. And then Priceline would pay our host agency. Our host agency would take their cut. And then our agency would pay us our commission. So what that was is we were getting a piece of a piece of a piece. And it took longer because they had to pass through different companies before we got our money. Over here with IntelliTravel, Disney pay IntelliTravel. IntelliTravel pays us. So in addition to earning that 70 to 80%, guys, guess what? we're earning more of our hard-earned commission, and we get the payments faster. I love that. You also get your very own booking engine. So IntelliTravel, okay, if you guys just think about how we have evolved in the online travel world, right? We used to call and book our hotels all the time, right? Or a lot of people just walk up and walk in and book a hotel. But the internet changed that. Now we're booking cars online, our flights, everything we're booking online. And guess what that did? That put a lot of travel agencies out of business and travel agents out of business. They're greeters at Walmart now. But guess what? IntelliTravel has created the perfect opportunity for us, guys. And they have been able to maximize and they revolutionize the home-based travel agent opportunity. So they said, no, we won't go out of business. We will compete at the highest level, which means that you get your own booking engine. Mr. Stewart, I had a friend today contact me, and he wanted to stay in a 2-night hotel. I don't remember where he's going. Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. And he says, can you help me book that hotel? I said, actually, you can go on my booking engine and you can book that yourself. You know, it wasn't like a trip to Thailand. He was going to Austin, Texas, you know. And so I was like, how would you have booked that before? He said, I want to give you my business. I was like, thank you so much. Guess what he did? He booked it on my website and I got an email. You have a new customer. Mr. Stewart, I can go on and on about how we get to manage our business, the amazing training that we have. But I am actually going to let you talk about the fam trips and IntelliTrips and pass it back over to Miss Armstrong. I know she touched on it a little bit, but I definitely want the listeners to understand, you know, why we have that access to those perks and benefits of fam trips and IntelliTrips.
Absolutely. Listen, this is perfect. I get to set it up and then throw it to the Travelnista. Because the last time she told a story about these fam trips, we were all ready to go, right? So it's just phenomenal. So you guys hold on to your seats. You're in for a treat. But guys, as travel agents, we do have some phenomenal perks. And again, this is industry standard, Ms. Thornton. This is something that I didn't know existed for travel agents. I had no idea that the resorts, the cruise lines, they want the agents to come out and experience their resort, experience their cruise line, right? Guys, for a fraction of the cost, for pennies on the dollar. And while we're there, they want to spoil us, right? So that we go back and give our customers that word of mouth referral, right? About that cruise line, about that resort, right? So that we can build that business. So it's amazing, guys. We have fam trips that a lot of us have been on, but I'm going to throw it to the Travelnista, Miss Crystal Armstrong. I mean, she can tell you about Punta Cana for $149. She can tell you about Ixtapa, Mexico for $199, right? But I mean, her stories are phenomenal. So I'm not going to steal her thunder. But Ms. Armstrong, would you please explain to them what are some of the benefits and what it's like to go on a...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes. So the fam trips to me are just a huge incentive within our business, because I think one of the main things that I know was attracted to me about this business is being able to travel more for less. What I did not imagine was being able to travel for that much less. I could not fathom that there would be trips for 5 days and 4 nights for less than $200 or less than $150. It's unthinkable. I was thinking, how are they able to do this? But I'm just glad that I now know about it and we have access to take full advantage of it. But as Mr. Stewart mentioned, there was a huge fam trip to Punta Cana that several of our business partners went on last year. Then this year, Ms. Thorne Bush and myself and several business partners from all over the country traveled to Ixtapa, Mexico. We were not familiar with Ixtapa, Mexico. I learned about it last year at a product trade show that American Airlines Vacations hosted. And she learned about it when the company advertised that they were offering it. And we both had the same occurrence when we first saw it. Like, how do you pronounce that? And where is this place? But for $199, you will roll the dice and gamble on this destination and hope for the best, because that's not a lot of money to just go see what it looks like. And so we did. we traveled on Aeromexico, and we got to Mexico City, and we were in their airport and kind of got to explore what that was like. And then we traveled on to Ixtapa. But we were all picked up by our resort from the airport. We got there, and we were just like, okay, we're ready. We can hear the ocean waves. We can see the beach from here. It was exciting. And then we went and visited several other properties in Ixtapa and Zahuatanejo, which is the neighboring town. We even had a little excursion to the store, the bodega that's like the Walmart there. And we just really were acting like we lived there. We were like, we need to go to the store. And I mean, it was just amazing to see how people live in that town, to see some of the most amazing resorts in the world. I told you all, if you were with us last week, the most amazing, most romantic, voted by Travel and Leisure magazine in the world, was in Zahuatanejo. And we got a firsthand tour of every suite that was not occupied. We got to go to the restaurant and have cocktails. The sales manager personally escorted us around. We took video footage. We went live on Facebook. We took photos. We did everything we did to capture the moment, to bring people in with us, because it's just that beautiful there that you want to experience it however you can, virtually, but certainly in person. And so it was good for us to go and visit other resorts, because we got the Club Med experience as a preferred partner with IntelliTravel, but now we also know about other options in case, you know, people want to be on a romantic trip. Club Med told us that 70% of their guests are families. That's who they cater to. So if I have a couple looking for a honeymoon, I'm not sending them to Club Med. They want romance. They want ambiance. They want quiet, and there were a lot of little children reaching for food at that buffet, so I don't think that's where they want to go. They want to be at La Casa Cucanta, where we went and had cocktails at the restaurant where only 3 tables were occupied, where you can stay in your suite all day. There's 25 suites and 1 suite per floor. If you want to order room service and eat out next to your plunge pool on your hammock, if you upgrade to a villa, they have a chef that comes in and cooks the food in your private kitchen. So that is what you want: exclusivity, privacy, quiet, peace. So it was great to see that, as well as a Capella Resort right on Ixtapa Island as well. And then we took a little water taxi over to the island, where the natives were making us cocktails from fresh fruit. They were cooking our food over a wood-fired grill. We got these huge platters of seafood with 2 crabs, 3 lobster tails, shrimp, fish, salad, rice for $40. Everybody in our group was like, where did you get that? Like, I need one too. Coconut shrimp that were like this huge came out in steaks on an actual coconut that somebody had just went and cut down on a tree. I videoed the man cutting open my coconut for my coconut water. I mean, it was like a true island experience. And I've been to a lot of islands, but never one that was that authentic, where we got that up close in-person experience. And that was just an extension of our trip. We got all of that for the $199 we paid to get on this trip, and that was phenomenal.
Oh my God. You know why I get excited?
Yeah.
Because if I were not there, I would have been like, okay, yeah, right. Too good. You know, last year you mentioned American Airlines vacations, and Terry is our favorite BDM ever. She absolutely loves us. She helps us. She guides us. She trains. I mean, she's awesome. And so you will be on first name basis with these airlines and hotel and resort chains as well, right? But last year I lost my job. I was working this business on a part-time basis, and I announced on Facebook, was laid off today, and everyone saw it. So literally the next week, I got a phone call, personal invitation from American Airlines Vacations, that said, Travel Queen, we want to invite you to come out for 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive, airfare included, to Freeport, Bahamas for $299. Had I not already known Terry, I would have thought it was a scam and hung up on her, okay? And Crystal would have been with me, but she had to work, and she was just so upset she couldn't make it, because not only did she extend that invitation to me, she says, hey, do you have any other agents on your team who would love to go? So if you're rolling with Mr. Stewart, myself, or Crystal, you have to have that passport hot and ready to go. Okay, guys, but it was awesome. We saw all types of resorts from 3-star to 5-star. They wanted us to eat as much as we could. They wanted us to drink as much as we could handle. Okay, for some of us, there wasn't a whole lot. They wanted us to go to all the concerts, the festivals, and this was all included in the $299. I made my own Travel Queen perfume. I created it at the perfume factory. We went to the beer factory. I mean, it was incredible. At the end of the trip, guys, all they wanted to know is, based on our experience, if we would sell the Bahamas more. So imagine that. There was no contracts, no quotas, no requirements, nothing other than they wanted us to get a true Bahamian experience so that we can better sell it. But you will have access to hundreds of trips like that. You will have access to book as much or as little travel as you want. Guys, you literally have access to the entire world at your fingertips. And there are some guarantees that my brother, Mr. Stewart, is going to unlock right now. This is when I get excited, because prior to this company, I have never heard of a company giving some amazing guarantees like this, Mr. Stewart.
Absolutely. Listen, you know, it takes me a minute to come back when Miss Armstrong does her thing. I'm still with the seafood and the shrimp on the stick, right? I'm still right there.
Okay.
So absolutely. I'm hungry now, right? And Teletravel does have the nerve. Yeah. I'm like, look, play the video. I want to see it. But in Teletravel, guys, they back is if that wasn't enough, they back all of this up with 3 amazing guarantees, right? Folks always want to know, am I going to get, well, ladies and gents, and Teletravel has a best price guarantee, simply meaning that if you book with us for yourself or someone else books with you, ladies and gents, if you find it or they find a trip cheaper, once they book with us, ladies and gents, we're going to pay you the, I'm sorry, I'm still with the shrimp. Well, when it comes to that best travel price guarantee, guys, understand that we're going to meet, beat, or pay you the difference if you find it cheaper, okay? So that's huge. So that means, in a nutshell, ladies and gents, you can feel confident knowing 100% you're going to get the best price here, right? If not, we'll fix it. So I love that about Teletravel. The second thing is a no questions asked money back guarantee. And this is huge, right? This is a business. I know it doesn't sound like work. I know it doesn't sound like a business, but it is a business, ladies and gents. There is an investment to start your business, as it should be. But what I love about Teletravel is that once you've made the investment, we give you 30 days. 30 days to test drive business. If it's not what we said, right? If the shrimp are not on the steak like Miss Armstrong said, guess what? Guys, you can ask for a refund, get your money back, no questions asked. We will refund it, right? We don't have a problem with that. But here's the last thing. It's a risk-free profit guarantee. Most businesses, if you're a business owner or you know one, you understand that in an attempt to make a profit, guys, normally you don't make a profit in business your first 2 years, 3 years, sometimes 5 years. Here, with Teletravel, guys, we guarantee that you're going to make a profit in your first year. If not, we're going to refund you the difference of the money you invested in an attempt to make that profit. That's huge. I've never heard of that in business, right? I mean, so you couple that, the fact that we've been around 25 years, then that A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I'm an open-minded skeptic. And when I saw that, my research was done. I knew Teletravel was rock solid. Back to you, Ms. Thornton.
You are the first open-minded skeptic I've ever met. That is awesome. Right. I love that. Guys, as if it couldn't get any better, there is simply more money on the table. So we made it really clear. You own your own travel agency within Teletravel. You sell travel. But what about those people that's watching this that says, I don't want to be your travel customer. I actually want to own my own travel business. I want to do what you do. I want to sell travel and save on my own travel and truly start to build financial freedom, personal and time freedom. Guys, I want you to meet Planet Marketing, okay? So, well, again, with IntelliTravel, we're IntelliTravel agents. With Planet Marketing, we are marketing reps where our only responsibility is to do exactly what we just did. Share information with other people and introduce you to learning how you can own it yourself. And guys, Planet Marketing is an incredible company, very solid as well. In fact, our partnership, I like to refer to it as the perfect marriage, because as we stated before, the only way you can have your own IntelliTravel agency is through a Planet Marketing representative. Miss Crystal Armstrong, you have had the pleasure of meeting our founder, our visionary, Mr. Donald Bradley of Planet Marketing. I would love for you to take it away and tell us all about Planet Marketing, our marketing business.
Yes, I definitely have met Mr. Bradley, and he is certainly a very humble man. He has an awesome vision for this business. And what I really loved is that when I first met him, right, the day that I came home and joined the business, I had a private conversation with him at the meeting, and he said to me that he wanted to see people have access to know what to do with the money that they were going to make in his company, meaning he wanted financial stability. He wanted to see people invest, improve their credit, and just be able to not just live better on a day-to-day or month-to-month basis, but really create generational wealth. And that spoke volumes to me, because that's something that I value. And while I'm not a wife or a mother, I do want to leave a legacy behind. Yeah. But you're current, so it's different. But I do want to have something to leave behind. Even if I have to leave it for my godsons and my niece and my nephew, I want to have something to say that my time here wasn't spent in vain. I didn't just travel all my money away or, shop it away or whatever I do. So that was huge to me. And so his vision to partner Planet Marketing with IntelliTravel to offer people a business that was turnkey and that would give access to an industry that is already booming. A lot of industries, when you looked at their projected growth, and by the way, I have a background in financial analysis, and investment banking. So I watch market trends a lot. And I'm just looking at the way that businesses are shifting. Everything is becoming automated. They're building machines, robots, whatever they can to take jobs away from people. And so people are having to get innovative and creative and figure out ways that they're going to survive and thrive. I know Ms. Thorne Bush mentioned to you all that she lost her job last year, but because she already had this business in place and it was already thriving, she was able to just shift gears and put all of her energy into building her business faster and better than to have to go out and apply for jobs and update her resume and do all the things that people do. And so I love that Mr. Bradley offered this vehicle as a second source for a lot of people. He's not saying, hey, go out and quit your job tomorrow, although we have some people who do, but they wanted to quit anyway. They were just looking for an avenue out. So don't think that our company is encouraging people to quit their jobs, because some people love their jobs. When I worked in corporate America, I loved my job. I had great bosses. They gave me flexibility. I had a great salary. I had a great team working and reporting to me. And so other than the banking business, the banking industry crashing and losing so much money, I probably would still be, employed in banking because it was a good career for me. But you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. I read an article today about Jay-Z and his 9 major investments and how he's about to become the first billionaire in hip hop. And that's huge. And so this business has already afforded a lot of people the ability to earn over 6 figures a year. And many of them never achieved that when they were working in corporate America or whatever industry that they were previously in. So this vehicle It's huge and it's major because it's changing families, it's changing individuals, and it's affording people access to things that they never once thought. We even have a lot of people now who are improving their credit because they're able to pay down debt and improve their debt to income ratio, which automatically, improves your credit score, which some people didn't even understand credit before coming into this business. And so it's not just about travel. It's not just about our marketing business and giving us a second stream of income or access to residual income. It's literally life-changing information that's really giving people access to a better lifestyle in general.
Wow, you dropped a whole lot of nuggets right there, a lot of great information. And I'm so glad you said that not everyone hates their job. I loved mine. I mean, when I wasn't traveling, I was able to work from home, and I earned a 6-figure income. And I mean, I loved what I did, and I still lost my job. But this is the thing. I still made sure that I had a plan B in place because I already have lived long enough and experienced life enough to know that it didn't matter if I love my job or not. I better have something else to fall back on, and I was not going to be caught red-handed like some of my other colleagues in the oil and gas industry that were losing their jobs and losing everything, including their marriages and their sanity. Because when the money messed up, everything is messed up, right? So here we want to talk to you about how to add weekly income. Guys, just think about this. March 31st, 2016, I was told by my corporate job that I no longer had one. April 1st, I got a director bonus and a weekly check on my Planet Marketing part-time business. So that's powerful. And there is no better person than to unlock our compensation plan than our top income earner, Mr. Jay Stuart. Take it away, sir. Uh-oh. Is he frozen?
Yes, and he's muted.
Okay, let's unmute him.
He went away.
Okay. So, Mr. Stewart, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Just in time. Okay. All right, sir, take it away.
Oh, we made it back. It logged me off and logged me back on. We're good to go. But when you're talking about this marketing compensation plan, it's incredible. And again, it's in addition to everything that we're able to do on the travel side. And you guys already really laid it out. All we really do is share our business, guys, and we get paid for it. We refer people to things all the time. We share things that benefit us, right? It's just a natural thing that we do. Here, guys, we get paid. Imagine getting paid for referring somebody to this company. They decide to get started with IntelliTravel. Planet Marketing is going to pay us anywhere from $50 to $110 per referral. That's big. This is a dramatic pause right here. Guys, $50 to $110 per conversation. See, what I want you to think about is if you get involved in this business, you go out, you start having those amazing travel experiences like a Miss Armstrong, Travelnista, or the travel queen, Vonda Thornton, and you start to share those stories, guys, and folks want to do what you do. I mean, you're having just a conversation and you get paid $50 to $110. See, this is when my vacation hat went off and my business hat went on, right? I started to think, how many conversations can I have? Right? I mean, 15 to 20 minutes to refer somebody to this. I can actually share a video that takes about 3 minutes that'll give them a brief overview of what we do, or an 8-minute video that'll show them exactly what we do. They decide to get started, and that's $50 to $110 every time. That's amazing. Guys, there's no quota. There's no limit, right? I love it. You can do this as much as you want, as little as you want, or you don't have to participate at all. We don't suggest that, right? We suggest that you participate because the income is phenomenal. But that's just the upfront commission, Ms. Thornton. There's also what we call a matching bonus. I love guys, what this means, right? Don't get confused. It's real simple. You refer someone to the business, the company's going to pay you. If that referral goes out and refers someone else, which they have every right to do, right? The company's going to pay them. But guys, you're going to get a 50% match on whatever they made. And see, that's huge. That's passive income. And I'm so passionate about this part of the comp plan. And here's why. Guys, this is perfect 80 hours, right? And I drive a bus for a living, or I used to. They look
Is he
now, right? They
Yeah.
got an APB out on me now, right? But listen, guys, 80 hours a week, I had no time to really. Can you guys still hear me?
It's really choppy.
Well, guys, I'm gonna keep going. Definitely, it was working at 80 hours a week. I had no time to really share the business, but because of really choppy. Okay, I'm gonna throw it back to you, Ms. Thornton. Really choppy.
Okay. Okay. So we were on the 50% matches, right? So you know people that you don't know, and Mr. Stewart was getting super excited. So apparently the waves were sent to the universe, because this is when you start to get paid for work that you do not do, right? Let's say that you were fortunate enough to introduce this opportunity to a superstar like Miss Crystal Armstrong, who is super involved in her community. Everyone absolutely loves her. She is an educator, part-time. I mean, she does everything you can possibly think of. Guess what, guys? She has personally introduced this business to close to 30 people. So what does that mean? Each time she earns $50, if you brought her in the business, you're earning $25. Okay, that's a match. So if she earned $500 for the week, you just earned $250 in matches. That's very powerful. That's on every person that you bring personally, okay? We also earn team bonuses, $10 to $60 in team bonuses. This is so powerful because as your team starts to grow, you will see these extra $10 bills come into your bank account. Now, it's powerful because, again, you can introduce this business to someone who'll introduce it to someone who'll introduce it to someone who'll introduce it to someone else, and you're getting paid while they're doing the work. This is leveraged income, Ms. Armstrong. I was having this conversation earlier. I say that's why the wealthy are wealthy, not because they're smarter than us, not because they're better than us or they work harder than us. They just simply work smarter, right? They actually leverage the time and talents of other people, and that's very powerful. We also have a very solid residual income program. I call it the Michael Jackson money. In fact, we got paid residual income today. That's why we're super happy. That's why I have makeup on this late at night, because I'm still celebrating. But guys, the 10th of every month, we are receiving a residual income of $4 per person that comes inside of our organization, no matter if we personally enroll them or not. So just think about it. Someone could bring you into the business, and as they're growing their team, someone can land inside of your matrix, right? People that you bring on board is going to introduce this business to others who will be inside of your matrix. Just imagine this. It's a 3x9 team build matrix, guys. That means it's 3 positions available on the first level. It multiplies by 3 all the way down 9 levels deep. When you max out this matrix, you have the potential to earn over $118,000 per month. That's just in residual income. But this is why I love Planet Marketing, is because they say you don't have to wait till your matrix fully matures. They're going to pay you as it grows. So what's powerful about your monthly residual income is you will literally see your team grow from 5 to 10 to 40 to 100 to over 300. We have people right now, guys, that have a team of over 2,000 people. 4,000. Our number one income earner has over 5,000 people inside of his matrix. His residual income check today was over $20,000. Guys, could you imagine? So just think about the Michael Jackson money. Why I call it that is because this income is going to grow with or without you. And you will introduce this business one time to someone and you're paid $4 per month every single month. Michael Jackson is still being paid for music that he recorded as a child, right? Music that he recorded back in the 70s, and he's no longer alive. How many people would like to create that kind of income? Miss Armstrong, we also get bonus money, and I know you are fast approaching one-star director, and not just to be called one-star director, but because there's some more money on the table, right? So can you please talk to us about our amazing directors program?
Absolutely. So our directors program just literally takes things to another level, because how many there are levels to this. And while Mrs. Thornbush is being very humble during this time, she is a 2-star director. She has a team of over 300 people, which means she's helped a lot of individuals and families, including myself. She's also my personal sponsor, helped to build this phenomenal business. And as a result, Planet Marketing thanks her every month on the first of the month with a $1,000 bonus. But at 1-star director, when you're just getting started in the directorship, the company pays $500. So that's in addition to all the income that you earn. And then they guarantee that every 1-star director will earn at minimum $1,000 per month. So that's huge. If you don't make that money through all of these multiple streams that we have to earn within the company will cut you a check to ensure that you do earn that $1,000. And that is huge. That's something to aspire towards. And so that is one of the incentives that I am looking forward to receiving every month, in addition to that awesome residual income she mentioned we got today. So once you reach directorship, you just add additional bonuses, additional money that you're able to earn, and it just goes from there. So we have 3-star director, 4-star. Our number one income earner in the company is a 5-star director. She mentioned to you that he received over $20,000 in residual income today, but he also received a $10,000 bonus on the first of the month. So just 9 days ago, he received $10,000, and today another $20,000. I think I need to text Mr. White to lend me some money because he got it to spare. But no, in all seriousness, those are some of the income potentials that we have in our company. And these are everyday people who have reached these goals. Mr. White, the number one income earner in the company, is a former restaurant server. And he was working in a restaurant, earning low wages and tips. And now he is receiving more in a monthly bonus than he was earning in an entire year's time that he's getting in 1 month. And that's significant because that's life-changing. That takes things to another level. That opens up doors that you couldn't imagine. And so our directorship is just the next level. And then our founder, Mr. Bradley, has already announced that when next level of the directorship is reached, he's going to introduce the 10-star, because right now it goes up to 9-star. And so he's just waiting for that next level to be broken, and then he's going to offer more levels to aspire to. And that's huge. With our directorship, we have a lot of people who have earned a sapphire ring, which means they are bringing in at least $100,000, a 6-figure income. And as I shared before, some people did not achieve these goals in their corporate jobs, in whatever industry they were working prior to this company, but they are achieving it now. And so in addition to all those bonuses, the residual income, the direct commissions, they also receive a beautiful ring to signify that they are a 6-figure earner. And then our awesome local to Dallas, Miss J.P. Watkins, is a phenomenal 4-star director. I tease her and I call her Madam 4-star director, but she is a ruby ring sporter, meaning she is earning $250,000, $250,000 per year. And she will honestly tell you that she never earned more than $60,000 a year when she was a corporate trainer. So imagine how huge, how life-changing this income has been for Ms. Watkins. And she travels all over the country helping other people achieve these same goals. And so that directorship helps you become more mobile. You're earning more money. You're able to have more freedom and do more things to help your team grow and build and help them get to the next level. And ultimately, that's going to push you to the next level because you're helping them. And so the possibilities are endless. I'm looking forward to see what that 10-star directorship looks like, Ms. Thornbush.
You know what I love about the directorship is that there's some guarantees with Planet Marketing as well, because as soon as you hit 1-star director, Ms. Armstrong, you know that you are guaranteed to earn no less than $1,000 a month. That's powerful. You know, I just had to hit on that, but we have the Planet Pledge. So our Planet Pledge says when you become a director, your income is secured. You are able to will this income to your loved ones, guys. That means the weekly income we're talking about, the residual income, the bonuses, all of your Planet Marketing income is willed to your loved ones. This is powerful. This right here is a decision maker for most people, because think about this. You could be the best employee on your job, but that paycheck stops when you stop working. It doesn't matter if you're sick. It doesn't matter if you pass away. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You can never secure a job income. So to know that you will build a business and you're able to pass that on to your children is life-changing. And I see we have Director Townsend on 1.5-star director. Mr. Townsend is a director maker. He's in the top 100 income earners. This gentleman is flat out phenomenal. And I have no idea where on earth you are right now, because you and your wife are always moving around. But I would love for you to share with us your amazing testimony. Tell us why Planet Marketing and why now?
All right. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, I'm going to tell you why Planet Marketing. A little bit about me. I am a serial entrepreneur. We actually run 4 other businesses besides Planet Marketing. And the main reason we got into the travel business is because one of our clients said they were going to take I'm a tax accountant. Let me back that up. One of my clients said they're going to take their whole refund and go to Disney. So I'm thinking, well, wait a minute now. I only do taxes 4 times a year. If I could tap in on the commissions of all of my clients going on vacations, it'll be a big thing. So basically from there it was birthed. I did the research. I found this company, and it has been crazy ever since. We got to that 1-star director position in a little bit under 9 months, and she's dead right. It is. You're going to always make over $1,000 a month, but the main reason is the residual income has set up your retirement. If you guys out there really look at something, think about, let's say $24,000 a year coming into your house, because remember, we have residual income and we have our director pay. So just think about that coming into your house, whether you do anything or not, in spite of you, right? So then what happens is now your retirement is taken care of. How much money would you have to save up to kick out an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month in retirement? I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going right back to you, Ms. Thornton.
Wow, that's powerful. Very, very powerful. I appreciate you for sharing that knowledge. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for you to find out how much does it cost for you to own not 1, but 2 amazing businesses tonight. Ms. Armstrong, take it away.
Well, I know we have shared a lot of information, and for people that are thinking, how much does this cost? I mean, am I going to have to go and break the bank? Absolutely not. This phenomenal opportunity starts at $179.95 for those who say, I just want to invest in the travel business. I'm not quite ready for the marketing side, but I absolutely want to tap into those fam trips, those IntelliTravel trips you all talked about. I want to earn commissions on trips that I know my family and friends are taking. So let's get started there. $179.95 one time and $39.95 per month will operate your home-based travel business every single month. And that's a super low overhead to gain access to this growing industry where people are already doing what we are trying to get them to do with us. That's travel. So all you need to do is share your information and redirect them to your website from wherever they've been accustomed to booking. But for those who are like myself, Mrs. Thornton Bush, Mr. Townsend, Mr. Stewart, and you say, I'm not leaving any money on the table. That directorship you described sounds great. That additional bonus per month, I want to gain access to that for an additional $19.95. Less than $20 more. You can add the marketing rep side, because the only way anyone can purchase the independent travel agency with IntelliTravel is through a Planet Marketing rep. And so you want to not leave that money on the table. You don't want to have to call your personal sponsor and say, I have someone who wants to sign up, but I can't sign them up. So can you sign them up? You're passing up income. And so for $19.95 one time and for an additional $19.95 per month, you can operate both sides of our phenomenal business. So that's $199.90 to get started for both, and that's $59.90 per month. And so we've already told you about the awesome guarantees. You don't have to worry about if this is a good investment or not, because the company gives you 30 days to make a decision. And then you have 12 months to receive a return on your investment. If you don't, they're going to cut you a check for the difference. So there's really not much to think about right there. It's risk-free. It's turnkey. You have amazing resources. You have information. You have webinars like this where we are sharing information. All you have to do is invite your guests. So get started. Don't delay. Call the person, email, text, whatever tonight, the person that invited you on this webinar, and thank them, and then give them your information to send you that email link that you need to get started in this business.
That is awesome. And you know what? This is totally not scripted. I know my brother, Mr. Jay Stuart, has some technical difficulties, and Mr. Townsend graced us with his presence on tonight. But we did forget one thing, and that was to talk about our Builders program. And I definitely want to go there because we do have a phenomenal lady here with us tonight. She is out of the Chicago, Illinois market, Miss Shaton Wolverton. She is a principal full-time and part-time. She is helping other people design their ideal life, guys. When you go out and you personally sponsor 3 independent travel agents, you're recognizing our company as a bronze builder. Okay, a bronze builder. You're recognized at every single event that the company holds. And I love that about Planet Marketing, because they truly appreciate and honor everyone that's helping build our company. We have over 18,600 reps, guys, and we are in 22 countries. So that's a really, really big deal. Also, when you go out and you help 6 independent travel agents start their very own business, you are a silver builder. That is awesome. We've had people knock that out in a week. You know, we have several people at that position as well. I do see we also have Mr. Darren Vanette on. He's out of New Orleans, Louisiana. This gentleman is a goal builder. Miss Armstrong is a goal builder as well. Guys, Mr. Brandon Grace reached that position of goal builder. That's when you go out and you personally enroll 9 independent travel agents. Y'all, you get that first level of $10 team bonuses. You get a 10% override on all the travel commissions earned by your personally sponsored agents, okay? So if you sponsor someone that, let's say that they booked a family reunion cruise and there was a $2,000 commission on that cruise, they earn their $2,000, you get a $200 thank you, 10% override check from IntelliTravel. And then as a goal builder, you get a 10% override on your personally sponsored reps matrix commission. So whoever got an extra $1,000 today in residual income as a goal builder, you would have received $100 of that as an override. And that's on all your personal reps, guys. There's no limit to how many people you can personally enroll in this amazing opportunity. And we're excited that we were able to share this business with you. And so, Ms. Armstrong, before we end tonight's recording, is there anything that you would like to leave with the listeners tonight?
I would just like to say, if you are listening to this information for the first time, even if it's not the first time and you're still considering this business, go ahead and get started. Don't delay. There's still plenty of time in the summer to book last minute vacations for people who thought it was too late. You can be that voice that tells them it's not, introduce them to a great deal, and take a trip yourself and just enjoy the beautiful business that we have been afforded to, and start to earn that residual income, those bonuses, those travel commissions, and all the multiple streams of income that we have from just starting one business. You are absolutely worth the investment. So go ahead and make it today.
All right. With that being said, we will see you same place, same time tomorrow night. Everyone have a phenomenal night, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good night.